And there are reports that more than a dozen Kenyan truck drivers have been killed in South Sudan. Well, CCTV's Robert Nagila has been following that story for us. He's joining me here in the studio. Robert, what do we know about that allegation? Has there been any official confirmation as yet?
Well, thank you, Beatrice. We're still working to confirm those reports. They emerged yesterday, and they basically, according to those reports, 15 or 16 Kenyan truck drivers, 5 Ugandan truck drivers killed around Saturday at some point during the period when we had some of the heaviest fighting inside South Sudan's capital in Juba. Like I said, we're still trying to confirm those reports. Now, they have been tied to a Kenyan Truckers Association representative who confirmed those reports, having said that he had spoken to a truck driver who survived that incident in South Sudan. But like I said, we're still trying to confirm them. We've also reached out to the Foreign Office here in Nairobi.
Uganda has begun withdrawing their citizens or evacuating their citizens from their country. Are there any plans as of now, though, from the Kenyan authorities to evacuate their citizens from South Sudan?
Well, on your first point, you're right. We understand that an evacuation exercise from Uganda is now underway, and this will be escorted by Ugandan military personnel. On the Kenyan side, that has been the biggest frustration for very many Kenyans. They've been asking, especially those stuck in South Sudan, as to what the government was preparing for them in terms of evacuation, and there'd been some complaints from people down on the ground in South Sudan. However, we understand that as of this moment, there are several planes scheduled to go into South Sudan at some point either today or tomorrow from the Kenyan National Airlines, that's Kenya Airways. Now, this will be a government-led exercise, we understand as well. We're still waiting to get more details on it and the exact times when it will happen. But we understand that the national carrier, Kenya Airways, will avail several planes for this exercise. At the moment, we're still not sure exactly how many numbers they are looking at to evacuate from South Sudan. We know that quite a number of Kenyans had already voiced that they wanted to leave and come back to Kenya. So that appears to be in the works now after 5 days of fighting. But like I said, we're still awaiting more details from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We know that they've issued out a number for the Kenyan Embassy in South Sudan and for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Nairobi that people can reach out to and give their names and details of their families for those who want to come back to the country until the situation on the other side is deemed safe enough for them to return.
What do we know, though, about the Chinese nationals in South Sudan? Because we also understand that some Chinese nationals may have been brought to Kenya. What do we know about that?
Well, you're absolutely right, Beatrice. We understand that there's an evacuation process ongoing as we speak. We know that at least 3 chartered planes have landed as of this morning into Jomo Kenyatta National Airport here in Nairobi. And all those who evacuated are currently staying at a local hotel here in Nairobi and being looked after by embassy officials. Now, we understand that there could be a couple of more chartered flights this afternoon out of Juba and back into Nairobi. The reason the flights are chartered is because all the airlines that were flying into South Sudan from the region all cancelled their flights at the height of the fighting, and all of them are basically monitoring the situation and waiting to until they are satisfied that the safety concerns have been addressed. They can begin flying back.
All right, Robert Nagila, following the developments in South Sudan. Thank you.